What's good? What's good? I am back. Triple P, Paul Pickett podcast, live on TikTok, pre recording for YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram TV. We got a short podcast today, a few little sports related topics. Before I get started, don't forget the Promo Palace LLC at promopalace.biz is the sponsor of this podcast, along with New Litter Apparel at newlitter.com. Also, check out Dizzle Brand, dizzlebrand.com. Check them out. Dizzle Brand, just add ice. Do your Dizzle, dizzlebrand.com. All right, before I get started on these little four topics, I'm going to go over these scores for last night. I got to bear with me. I got a little lisp. I got a little chip tooth. Toronto beat Philly 115 to 109. Indiana won 111 to 100 over Utah. And the Clippers won 112 to 109 over Miami. Clippers are actually looking good. I know the other day I said Steph Curry for MVP, Luka Doncic second. I'm going to have to change that. I'm going to reiterate that. I'm going to go with Paul George as second right now in MVP. He's balling out. The team is winning. They don't got no Kawhi Leonard. And it's like Paul George and a bunch of role players, man, and they're doing pretty good. And Miami starting to come back down to earth. It looks like they done lost two straight and whatnot. All right, so first topic, Cam Newton agrees to deal with the Panthers. A lot of people say he shouldn't have left the Panthers in the first place, which it really wasn't his choice. Definitely not. I definitely wasn't sold on Sam Darnold. And I hate to say it, Sam Darnold, he's not going to make it as a Panther. He might play one more season, and that's it, if that. If I'm ownership, I'm moving on, man. And y'all made a mistake anyways. Y'all should have kept Teddy Bridgewater if y'all was just going to get Sam Darnold. I hate to say it, Sam Darnold isn't going to be what people thought he was. And Cam Newton going to the Panthers, I mean, I don't know that's going to work either. Yeah, he probably shouldn't have left the Panthers. Probably should have retired a Panther. But Cam ain't got it no more. I don't care what anybody says. He ain't got it no more. I don't think he makes it through the whole season. I think he'll probably get hurt. But I mean, I wish him the best of luck. But this is like we're going backwards now. Like the Panthers are going so backwards right now, man. Like, man, I don't like the way the Panthers are looking, man. I mean, we got Christian. We're about to waste Christian McCaffrey completely. We got literally one of the best, probably the second best running back in the league, and we're going to waste him. So, yeah. Cam, I think he got a $4 million deal, if I'm not mistaken. All right, Odell Beckham to the Rams. Rams are all in. I could have sworn I said last podcast that Odell to the Rams would be a good look, and that if they did that they'd be truly, truly the most all-in team ever. I mean, they just got Von Miller last week in a trade. Now they get Odell Beckham Jr. It's Super Bowl bust. You got Matthew Stafford. The year before that, they brought Jalen Ramsey in, and they bring Matthew Stafford in from this beginning of this season. They bring Von Miller in on a trade and OBJ. They're definitely all in, man. One of the most all in teams that I've ever seen in my, lifetime in the NFL. I mean, if they don't win in the next 2 years, it would be all for nothing, man. They got to win this year or next year. If not, it'd be a complete disaster or failure. I mean, they're the most all-in team in the NFL right now, man. I mean, they're more all-in than the Chiefs, which are struggling. They're more all-in than anybody. I mean, It doesn't matter who it is. But I hope things work out for Odell. I think Matthew Stafford is going and Odell. They'll. I think it'll pan out. I think it'll work out because Odell is almost like a Calvin Johnson, Megatron kind of receiver as far as going jumping up, going high for a lot of stuff. I could see that. I could see that. I think it's going to work. Um, I'd like to see the Rams win it this year. To be honest with you, Matt Stafford get his first. OBJ, you know, get his first, and because if this don't work for Odell, it's downhill after this. It's downhill. I mean, because Antonio Brown is working at the Buccaneers, if I'm not mistaken. You know, so that's that. I really like I said, I don't really got a lot of topics today. We'll get to the last topic. Marcus Morris tweeted at Jokic about Jokic. Basically, what happened was Markieff Morris um, gave a cheap shot to did a dirty play, cheap shot. Jokic was kind of in the air about to pass the ball, and he hit him with a cheap shot, and then he walks away, and then he gets hit with a cheap shot. See, this is so hypocritical, man. Such a double standard when you sit there and do a dirty play, and then y'all sit there and want to point fingers. That was dirty. What he did was dirty. Man, shut up. Stop it. You can't be stuck. It's like the bully who starts a fight and gets beat up. Stop it. You started the fight. You instigated it. And the Morris twins are some of the biggest instigators on the planet, man. Stop it. So you don't like when somebody does something dirty to you, but it's okay when you do something dirty to them. So basically, Marcus Morris tweeted, kind of made, I guess he, made a little threat. He didn't really threaten him in a tweet, but we know what it means. It's a threat. And apparently the Jokic brothers, my bad, not the Jokic, but Jokic brothers, created a Twitter account, which they didn't have, and fired back. And basically said, yo, you want to threaten our brother on social media, you better just leave it be, because if you want to threaten our brother on social media, we'll be waiting. Now, all due respect to the Morris twins, I mean, there's some tough guys in the NBA, but they would be soft as marshmallows if they lived in Serbia. Like, okay, yeah, people are shooting people in Serbia. They're dropping bombs in Serbia, baby. They're dropping bombs, man. Like America is so it is like paradise compared to what goes on in Serbia. And everybody in Serbia does seen it all. They done seen it all. They all tough sons of bitches. So I hate to say it, Marcus Morris, you're in over your head, man. If you think you are gonna scare the Jokic brothers, you think you're gonna intimidate the Jokic brothers, you think you're gonna bully the Jokic brothers or anybody with the last name Jokic, period. You dumping in a bag of bricks, man. I hate to say it, the Morris twins must have been dropped in their head as little kids, because y'all ain't messing with them Jokic brothers, man. And they from Serbia. They're not from America. They from Serbia. America's got to stop thinking like we the hardest, most gangsterous country in the world when we not. We got it made. They ain't dropping bombs here. We ain't got Taliban roaming, Al Qaeda roaming. We ain't got half the stuff that goes on over there, man. We ain't even seen real war in our lifetime on America's soil. Nah. And if we're talking about Pearl Harbor, I mean that's not even America's soil. That's some island that we own, or that we just took territory over, took rule over. That's all it is, But yeah, Morris brothers. I think their mom did him a favor. Mom did him a favor by telling him, "Yo, shut up on social media," because he gonna get himself murked. He ain't just gonna get beat up. He's gonna be getting murked, fucking with some Serbians. I mean, you don't mess with them Serbians, man. They're crazy, yo. And Americans thinking we all tough guys. We're tough, quote unquote. No, we're not tough compared to Serbia. We're super soft Super soft compared to Serbia. We're soft as Charmin, soft as marshmallows compared to Serbia. So, I mean, hey, that's what happens, though. When you threaten people publicly, you asking for it. You know what I'm saying? And Markeith Morris is a big boy. He can stick up for himself. The fact that your twin brother don't even play on the same team as you got to stick up for you, it's kind of pathetic to me. You know what I'm saying? And if he does something to Jokic, he's instantly going. We instantly going to know that it was intentional and dirty. And whatever the Jokic brothers do in retaliation, hey, like that Tupac movie Bullet at the end of the movie when the dude cut his throat. Payback's a motherfucker. That's what he said. Payback's a motherfucker. And that's what Markeith Morris got. He got payback for doing dirt. Stop it, man. You act like y'all so innocent, like y'all's hands are washed clean from dirt when it's not. You're the most dirtiest players in the NBA. You play bully ball, and as soon as somebody plays bully ball with you, you know, you want to point fingers and look like a hypocrite and hit people with double standards. You know, if there's any kind of people I don't like in this world, it's hypocrites. My least favorite kind of people in this world is a hypocrite. Somebody who goes off of double standards. Y'all need to stop it. Yep. Let me see. Is there any kind of NBA news we got over here I can pull up? Kelly Olynyk out for 4 weeks for Pistons. Don't really do no justice. Yeah, ain't nothing really big going on. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what's going to happen with this Odell Beckham to the Rams. That's very interesting, and very interested to see what happens with Cam Newton back to the Panthers. I mean, the Panthers fans, I don't know if some will be excited and some won't. I mean, there's a lot that were just pretty much cool with him leaving. I mean, because I hate to say it, but towards his last year, he wasn't looking too good. But I wish Cam the best, wish OBJ the best. I don't condone violence, but if Marcus Morris want to play tough guy with the Jokic brothers, he might want to take a trip to Serbia and put some common sense in his head before he does that, because that wouldn't be the brightest thing to do. I put my money on the Jokic brothers. Gun violence ain't nothing compared to bomb violence. I mean, these guys got bombs being dropped in their backyards, man. I'm pretty sure if I had bombs being dropped in my backyard, I'd be a tough son of a gun right now. I'm already a tough son of a gun, though, because I got hit by a car, and didn't really shed a tear. Didn't really, didn't really feel like this massive amount of pain, because I just mentally and physically, endured it and combated it, you know what I'm saying? But, even me getting hit by a car ain't as tough as bombs get dropped in your backyard, you know what I'm saying? And we got, what games we got? We got New York, Charlotte tomorrow, Milwaukee, Boston, Detroit, Cleveland, Portland, Houston, Phoenix, Memphis, Brooklyn, New Orleans, Sacramento, OKC, Dallas, San Antonio, Atlanta, Denver, Chicago, Golden State, and Minnesota and Lakers. A lot of games tomorrow, man. A lot of games. A lot of games. Well, I'm going to make this one short. Once again, my name is Paul Pickett, host of the Paul Pickett Podcast, a.k.a. Triple P, a.k.a. Common Sense Podcast, your source for music, sports, politics, and more. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe, like, comment, share. Facebook, hit that like, share. Instagram, hit that follow, share. Don't forget the audio version of my podcast goes to Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Deezer, TuneIn, Slacker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Player FM, Podchaser, Podcast Addict, and more. You could Google Paul Pickett Podcast, Paulpickett. Don't forget this podcast is sponsored by Promo Palace LLC at promopalace.biz. If you need online marketing promotions for your product, your brand, or your service, check out promopalace.biz. If you're a dog lover, you're a cat lover, you're an animal lover, an animal rights activist, and you like t-shirts or hoodies with dogs and cats on them, or you like sneakers with dogs on them, please check out New Litter Apparel at newlitter.com. And we also got a 10% code off. And for Shizzle, I got to shout out one of my favorite brands, Dizzle. Dizzlebrand.com. Just add ice. Dizzle, do your Dizzle. Dizzle on ice, check them out. Got a bunch of recipes on there that y'all can follow as well. We got the new 3 new bottles of Dizzle on the way as well. And we're going to do another taste testing video. We're going to make one of these recipes. Go to the grocery store, get the ingredients, and come home and make the recipe and do a taste test. Once again, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I'm your host, yours truly, the one and only Paul Pickett, the Paul Pickett Podcast. Peace, and I'm out.